I was asked to do an update on the firewood catfish, the pair that was transferred to this tank, I don't know, about a month ago. It's a mixed news, mixed success. The bigger one was sulking for a long time. They had been in the 1800 gallon before in here, but they got too big for this tank and started trying to eat their tank mates, so they were transferred into the 4500 gallon. The bigger one was sulking probably for 2 weeks, and little by little he started eating, and now he's every feeding, which occurs every 5 to 6 days, he's eating all right. Or she's, it's a she actually, she's eating all right, at least adequate. Maybe 4 or 5 mullet a setting. But the smaller one, the supposed male, I've never seen him eat yet in this tank. And he doesn't show any interest at all. He's sitting right there. Sometimes, you know, I keep throwing the food in there, the fish, and until they stop eating. So oftentimes, or sometimes, the mullet would be laying right under his whiskers on his mouth, and he would show no interest whatsoever in feeding. So that concerns me. I don't know, I think he's just not comfortable, or I need to clean the filter. But if the filter was real bad, then I wouldn't expect either of them to have any appetite, because they can be sensitive to. My supposition is the reason I lost them before was because my filters were cleaned too infrequently, too dirty. But then, if it was the filter, I would expect neither of them have an appetite. But it's only the smaller one that's not feeling it. He has some little tears and tears and terror in the fins sometimes, so somebody bothers him, but it's not enough to explain total lack of appetite. It's an occasional affair, or occasional run-in, or somebody tries to taste him, I guess. Same with the bigger one. I mean, you can see the terror in the tips of the caudal fin, but this girl feeds. Just recently, maybe 1 or 2 feeding, for the last couple of feedings, it started lunging as it had done before, lunging and grabbing food, which is the natural behavior, and this is what you want to see. So I don't know, I keep waiting for the smaller one to start eating. I keep fearing that one day I'm gonna come out and somebody tries to eat him. He's so thin. I mean, not because he's not eating, but because of his body structure. They're very thin fish, thin-built fish. So yeah, he causes some stress and concern. I try to feed heavy so that nobody has any ideas of preying on tank mates, but you know, it's not always under control, even with heavy feeding. I'm afraid that Piraiba may try to eat them, or the jellos. Even the red tails. But the red tails eat like pigs, so. But the smaller guy would fit in their mouth for sure. J-Lo Jr. So I don't know what to do. Maybe give it another few weeks, a month. If he doesn't resume feeding, then I'm gonna have to take him out. If I don't reshuffle this tank by then. I'm hoping to finish a tank or two and do a major reshuffling. Putting the jumbos into the 25,000 and taking all the perch and bass and making that the jumbo 4500 make it into a perch and bass land. But anyhow, going back to these guys, they're not very active in this tank either. I mean, they just change position, as you can see. They're sticking to the bottom. I never see them swimming mid-column or off the bottom. They like to sit in the current. For the most part, they like, again, company of each other. But lately, the smaller one has been sulking in the corner over there by J-Lo Sr., which is also unusual, which worries me even more. They don't seem to be sick, not at least externally. And again, given that one is feeding, I doubt it has any kind of stress from a sickness. But the other one, I don't know. They're largely sedentary. As I said, they sit in the current and don't do much of anything else. Or out of the current, like he keeps in that back left corner. A lot of fish fought video bombing this episode. They're kind of hungry. Today and tomorrow should be their feeding day. I'm hoping to feed them tomorrow. So we're gonna have to hold on tonight. Anyhow, this is a little update on the two firewoods. As I said, mixed bag. Half success, half concern. They also kind of, I noticed they're skittish, so they're not comfortable in this tank. Neither one of them. They tend to dart and always be on high alert, which means they're on guard all the time, feeling uneasy in this company. Unlike their previous tanks where they felt themselves more confident. That also could be a reason why the smaller one has been fasting. He's just not comfortable there. Here. There's too many big fish, and even though it happens probably not often, but it's often enough. Any attention he gets is often enough, or unwanted advances occur often enough for him to go off food, given their nature on the sensitive side, I guess.